When we arrived here, I was 6 years old. I remember when we got from the airport here, it was completely different. I had never seen pine trees before. That's all I saw when we arrived to Rhonda, North Carolina. And the first 2 months were really difficult because we were living with a relative of ours, and it wasn't exactly the best scenario to be at. And my mom ultimately decided to leave that, and she was able to get us an apartment. And other than that, I was blissfully unaware of the difficulties that my mom had to go through. She left my father because he was abusive, and ultimately he made her pick her child over everything that she had worked for in her entire life to be able to keep me. My father made her sign off all of her businesses to him so that she could keep me. She was fleeing from him. And in her quest to leave him, she left him for the United States and left everything behind. She does think that this was the right decision, and I am blessed that she was strong enough to make that difficult decision of leaving our entire lives behind because she loved me so much. During the time I was in high school, they were offering a health science class that you could get your CNA certification. So I was like 16 or 17, and I was playing the idea of becoming a doctor and all these grandiose things. And I was like, well, first step is get my CNA and then get my experience under the belt, until I had to do the application. And right beside my name was, what's your social security number? And I paused, and as everybody's furiously scribbling down, I just kind of stared, and I never got to complete the application because I talked to my teacher and I said, I don't have this number. I don't, and it was unfortunate because that was the first time I actually ever saw her change the way she looked at me. Personal immigration status is I am a DACA recipient. What that means is that I have deferred action for early childhood arrivals. Taking into account that our jobs are sustaining us, since getting deferred action, we've got a work permit, we've got a driver's license, we're able to have a social security number, and we've been able to get these good paying jobs since we have a work permit. My mother's life has greatly improved just because I have made it my mission in my life to make everyone know that her sacrifice was worth it, that her making the decision to come to the United States was worth it. I have been able to get an associate's degree on my own, and I graduated with my paralegal degree. And since then, I have been hired at a local law firm. And I have substantially improved our life and have been able to provide her things that she has provided me my entire life. My mom needs something financially, then I make it happen. If she needs support, I make that happen. Whereas before, I couldn't help her other than interpreting. She's 67 years old. She currently works at a candle factory. And I know that whatever I am saving for my retirement will not be for me, and I'm totally okay with that. I know that once she starts working, she will not qualify for Medicare, Medicaid, or Social Security benefits. So in order for her to get general health insurance whenever she's older, I plan on adopting her so that I can put her under my policy. My future with DACA is uncertain. For the next 2 years, I know that I will have it unless something changes, like we continue to have Donald Trump saying that he's going to cut it off. And for those next 2 years, I am hoping that something changes, that we are able to pass a legislation to not only be able to adjust status for deferred action recipients, but also for the original dreamers who are our parents, who have sacrificed so much to provide us with a better future. And that is the people who truly need it, who are making this country better and who are the backbone of this country, the immigrants that have come here to make it great. It's depleting because we're talking about really hard issues that impact our lives. In that very moment that we're talking about it, our lives are being impacted, and tomorrow there could be another court decision that comes out, and that may change my entire perspective of what I'm going to do with my life. And to know that your life can change in a split moment by someone that does not know you at all is incredibly terrorizing. And I don't think I will ever be able to explain what it feels like to not have a say in those changes. And I just wish sometimes that they would talk to many of us that are trying to make a difference and trying to make good lives and trying to be productive members of society, and we're continuously being pulled back and pushed back into the shadows.